Amelia and I, we went to the beach I grew up at, yep. And we had a boardwalk there. It's very long.
Yeah.
And there would be an underneath part. They had covered the underneath part. So much shenanigans went on underneath that boardwalk. They basically covered it for the miles.
Like
So,
the people under the bleachers at a football game.
yes, a lot of things would start there, a lot of shenanigans. So one time, we did this thing we used to do. We'd roll around like we were wrestling, and then we'd roll on someone's beach blanket, yeah, and then hit their pocketbook and then try to get the wallet.
Oh,
So, so, so this this time we failed, and then some undercut plainclothes cops started chasing us
oh no.
in the sand, and the guy had me almost by the shoulder, but I kicked into 13-year-old gear, was shut
Took
out,
off. Yeah.
and I left the beach and I went into a senior citizen residence, like a brick building. Went in there and I went up to the third floor, and they had like a movie theater that wasn't being used, and I sat in there for about 3 hours to let the situation cool off. Then I snuck out of the senior citizen place. It was a trip. My karmic spool may run out there. I may end
Right, right.
sitting alone in a senior citizen movie room.
Well, that's better
With
than going out and finding the cops still there.
stale juju bees and shit. It, it came around to this. Wow, it's crazy. So yes, we have no idea what's going on below this thing. Yes, I really do. I think we could have a spiritual Zoom where we merge the bottom and the top in two Zooms, and we merge into the oneness that we want it to be. Yes,
Oh, that would be cool.
yes, yes. You have to send me some cash.
Yeah.
Zoom. So make sure we align up with everyone's right. It would be fun to
Right,
put the bottom on a different person.
right, right.
I didn't know John from Florida had such nice legs or some shit like that. Put Johnny Corkery's legs on the John of Florida. God, I had no idea. Hey, uh, I don't get suddenly inspired, I'm going to read out of the Course in Miracles tonight.
Okay.
A little chapter, a part of a chapter called "We Need Do Nothing." Yeah, and
Oh, yes.
yeah, and I'm gonna read it, and then we can go over it if you like. But there's something in there, if I had my say, which I don't, I would go into the Course in Miracles and cut a lot of shit out. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sort of like I think the tree of its life overbloomed. You could just cut it out, make it simpler. I feel humbly, yeah. So, but we're going to read it all the way through. But as the slog goes on, there's nuggets there that uh, align with what we're sharing here. Yeah. All right. So we'll start. Everyone with it today. Yeah. If you don't know the Course of Miracles, that's a very good way to listen to it. Just don't know it, yeah. It's a trippy thing, though. They've seen that when spoken aloud, it has a cadence, almost like a Gregorian chant or something, which works on the brain waves, yeah, of the action figure. So, all right. So here it is. If you have this book, it's in this one. It starts at let me see, page 388. It's only a page. So I'll start, all right? You ready? Everyone? 388. Uh it's in chapter 18 and it's number 7. I need do nothing. Okay, so here we go. We'll just roll it out. So you still have too much faith in the body as a source of strength. When when I read you, I don't believe it's you. I believe it's the mechanical you. Yes, the action figure. Yeah, just to be clear. I don't believe you're doing insidious, shenanigans, and then you only see one part of being the doer, the crude stuff during the day. I it's there is no doer, yeah. So the language always seems to imply when you go like you still have too much faith. So it sounds as like there's a you, an individual that has too much faith. We're not aligned with that. We're just going to say you is the mechanical action figure. Yeah. Yeah. So it's like the you and what it's seemingly doing is merged. They're part of the system. They're part of the programming. Yeah. It's not like you and then there's the programming. You and the programming are the same, I feel. So you still have too much faith in the body as a source of strength. What plans do you make that do not involve its comfort or protection or enjoyment in some way? And they have this with a question mark. Yeah, so it's it's meant to be entertained for a little bit. Yeah. So they're making a pretty grand statement, which is, what plans do you make that do not involve its comfort or protection or enjoyment in some way? This makes the body an end and not a means. Yep. Now, I'm going to go into recovery here. The body in recovery is seen as a means, not an end. Yeah. The body is the tool that's used by the higher power in recovery. Yeah. It's not in other words, the prayers are, please relieve me of the bondage of self. And then you would think if you were the end, the body was the end, it would be, so I can have a house in Malibu. Yeah. That would be seen as you're the end. Yeah. So everything that's happening is meant to produce an effect in the end, which would be the body. The Course is saying the body is a means. So in a way, you can, when you're feeling like a verbing, you're feeling like you're an expression. That would be a means, yeah? You're being used by power, yes? And it's using to express or to observe. So you're not the end, you're the means. Yeah. In a weird way, the end is before the means in non-duality, in a sense. Yeah. So what we are is before, with the hopes when you see from there, you'll see what you call the end to be a means. Yeah. And then that you'll be on a new basis, like recovery talks about, and there'll be a new freedom and a new happiness, because a freedom and a happiness would be different to an end or to a means. Yeah. Something that's being used, its end may be the happiness of being used, which would be the means. Yeah. You get it a little? Yeah. So they're talking about it's just like when Huang Po says, we're not going to get far, I don't think, in the book. When Huang Po says, the great Zen master, whatever can be perceived cannot be that which is perceiving. We're we're seeing to perceive. We're uh, programmed to take what can be perceived as that which is perceiving. Yeah. So we believe we are the means and the ends in a sense. Yeah. Yeah. So here, what plans do you make that do not involve its comfort or protection or enjoyment in some way? This makes the body an end and not a means in your interpretation. See, I don't believe it's your interpretation. I believe it's the mental interpretation. Yes? So, in the mental interpretation from this view, Course in Miracles, the action figure is seen as the end, not a means. Yeah? It's hugely different. Hugely different. And there'll be a feeling as the action figure is being moved. Yeah. And the feeling is different if you're being moved to get to an end or you're being moved as a means. Yeah. Definitely different. When you're if you're being moved as a means, you can live the statement of recovery, which is do not be in the outcome business. If you're being moved as the ends, you are completely in the outcome business. Yes? Everything is seen that what you're doing is to arrive somewhere. Yeah? Like those little cryptic things you can buy. The it's the journey, not the destination. So the journey would be the means, the destination would be the ends. Yes? Yeah. You see, it's a large a large view that incites movement. Yes? And they're describing it very, very well in a similar manner recovery would, which is two options. You are either seen as a means or an end. Yeah? Wow. And I humbly believe when you lose interest in Paul, which is interest in the ends, you'll get a sense of being part of the means. Yeah. So you'll see life as more of an expression, not arriving at things or places. Yes. Yeah. So this makes the body an end and not a means in your interpretation. I would change the your to your head's interpretation. I believe you're completely absent of any uh, doership in all this. I honestly believe we are the awareness of this all. And when we take ourselves to be the end, we sense our awareness starts there. And we're in a sense not aware. Yeah. Because when Paul is aware, it's aware mostly of Paul. Yeah. During the day. Yes. All right, so this makes the body an end and not a means in your interpretation. And this always means you still find an attraction and an attractive, let me see. And this always means you still find sin attractive. Yeah, we won't go into what it means by sin, so that's a deep one. No one accepts atonement for himself who still accepts sin as his goal. You have thus not met your own one responsibility. Atonement is not welcomed by those who prefer pain and destruction. There is one thing that you have never done. You have not utterly forgotten the body. I'm not saying this, I'm just reading. Yeah. I'm just going to say it again. There is one thing that you have never done. You have not utterly forgotten the body. It's difficult as the body. It's impossible. Yeah. It's like the idea of quit playing God as that which is playing God. If you try to quit playing God, that's playing God. So if you if you think yourself you are trying to completely forget that your body as a body, it's more remembering the body. Yeah. Yeah. So but it's an incredible statement. So, yeah, you have thus not, all right. There is one thing that you have never done. You have not utterly forgotten the body. It has perhaps faded at times from your sight, but it has not yet completely disappeared. You are not asked to let this happen. Again, you see this? Let this happen. You're not doing it. Yeah. We have these words in recovery, harboring, they mean you're brought to somewhere, you're placed in a position of neutrality. You're not the big, the small engine that did it. Yes? Yes. All right. You are not asked to let this happen for more than an instant. Yet it is this instant that the miracle of atonement happens. Afterwards, you will see the body again, but never quite the same. Ah, pretty cool, eh? Obviously, if you can see the body in a sense, the way they're speaking, you can't be the body. Yes? Yes. Hey, we got dogs now coming here. You are not asked to let this happen for more than an instant, yet it is this instant that the miracle of atonement happens. And this instant is every instant, yes? Yeah. Afterwards, you will see the body again, but never quite the same. Yeah. It's truly a good way of saying it. All day you do see the body. Yeah. The head says it's the body that's seeing everything else, but you're actually way before there and you're seeing the body like you would see Jim and Tony in a way. Yeah. Uh, at no end, oh, here. Afterwards, you will see the body again, but never quite the same. And every instant that you spend without awareness of it gives you a different view of it when you return. Wow. Yes. This would be like St. Francis. It's in self-forgetting. So in the body forgetting that you're reborn to what you never not been, which is the awareness itself before embodiment. Yes? Yeah. That's pretty nice. At no single instant does the body exist at all. Now, Ramana would say in his teachings, he said the body is an appearance in the mind, the dreaming of the mind. Yeah? Yeah. So at no single instant does the body exist at all. So what? So what does that make it? A non-existent thing, as Ramana says. The Course and Ramana are joining here. Yeah. So in that biggest statement in Ramana's teachings, that the presupposing of the non-existent thing, and the non-existent thing would seemingly fit rather well in this sentence. At no single instance here. At no single instance does the body exist at all. So when existence is moving the body, and you think it's the body that's moving, that's not the truth. Yeah. So when you see the body is moving, you're starting as the end. Yeah. Yeah. But it's existent that moves the non-existent thing. The non-existent thing cannot move itself. Yeah. Have you ever tried to move a heavy person who just died? It's very difficult to move the non-existent thing. Yeah. It is always, all right, at no single instant does the body exist at all. It is always remembered or anticipated, obviously. So the past and the future, this is how the head sort of claims the I am. It says, I was Paul, I will be Paul, therefore I am Paul. Yeah. So it's the past is used to proclaim the body identity, and the future is used to proclaim the body identity. And then in a weird little trick, it says, I was, I will be, therefore I am now, the body. Yeah. But none of us are doing any of that. Actually, you can see it. Yeah. And this is the thing here. We're trying to see, we're not trying, there is a seeing of what you used to look from all day. Now, we usually were just obsessed with where we were looking from. So we didn't see the first aspect, which is the seeing of where we're looking from. The seeing would be of awareness. Yeah. What we're looking at and what we're looking at as that which is looking from is not us. Yes. It's the non-existent thing. So if you don't see this, you're looking from the non-existent thing as an existent thing. Yes? And everything you see that's going to be collated by the brain is going to be interpreted to the body of which the brain is a part, as it says in a later page. Yes? So the whole interpretation that you think is yours is going to be given to you by the head. Yeah. And it's going to be a life interpreted as a body. Yeah. Yeah. There's no need to stop it. Just see it's not you. Yeah. You're not doing it, nor are you the one that's it. Yeah. You're not doing it and you're not the it. Yeah. So at no single instant does the body exist at all. It is always remembered or anticipated, but never experienced just now. Yeah. Never. Yeah. Only its past and future make it seem real. Nice move, eh? Then you wonder why there's time. There's time to make something that's unreal seem real. That's what time is used for mostly. Yeah? The past and the future is used to remember yourself as a thing right now. That's the whole point. Yeah? The most cursory investigation, the glue and that which is bound by the glue would separate. You would see it never happened. Yeah? I was Paul, I will be Paul. And then here's the weird logic. Therefore, I am Paul now. Because it can't say I am Paul now. It can't. It doesn't have a leg literally to stand on. It can only say it with I was Paul and I will be Paul. So where you grow, the hothouse where you grow is the past and the future. Yeah. And what's taking all the time of this moment now is to grow that which is grown from the past and the future. So you miss out the now, you miss the nowness for the past tense and the future tense. Wow. And after a while, it's a habit. We've taken our eye or the awareness off the ball. Literally. Yeah. So here, only its past and future make it seem real. So it appears to be real to itself, actually. Yeah? Time controls it entirely. Wow. So time controls the body entirely from the Course in Miracles view. Time controls it entirely. So his idea of sin is a mistake, really. For sin is never wholly in the present. In any single instant, the attraction of guilt would be experienced as pain and nothing else, and would be avoided. But in time, guilt casts a large reflection of you as a thing. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the Course, if you've ever got introduced to it, they have the whole thing is guilt. How things are appearing is a movement of guilt because there's a deep sense that somehow, somewhere, we split from the Godhead, so to speak. Yeah. We did the unimaginable, we split. And now we're under or being imposed upon by this huge guilt, and we make up this theater to find people worse than us so we can feel a momentary feeling of being better, literally. Yes, to ease the guilt. But the guilt is like a day of humidity, it's just sitting on you. Not on you, that you're not. Yeah, yeah. So here, the it has no attraction now. Its whole attraction is imaginary, and therefore must be thought of in the past or in the future. Yes. This is why it says the first six lessons are are truly the reason why the first six lessons are the first six lessons is the seventh lesson, which is you and I see only the past. Yeah. So the past of Paul is projected in a future of Paul. Yes. And so I refeel, rethink, rehash, re this, re that. It's a doing over and over and over again. And sometimes you can recognize it. When you're on your, let's say, 80th lap, it starts seeming very familiar to like the 30th lap and the 27th lap. Maybe they changed one tree or something, but you're starting to realize It's like almost you're living as a loop. Yeah, a finite, very finite loop. And the loop is getting more. You know, when you play the tape too much, it gets uh it loses its tapeness, you know, it's like the elastic is gone, so it goes over. Yeah, it starts going like this. I think many people who are entering that event of dementia and what's the other one? Alzheimer's is really the cassette tape, you know, uh, whatever that film is just it's lost its bounce, you know? It's just, yeah, yeah. It seems to bother a lot of people listening to it, but the person it's happening seemingly with seems to be happy. Yeah. So, all right. So it has no attraction now. Its whole attraction is imaginary and therefore must be thought of. This is the head. This is why I feel some clarity with language would be good. We throw the word fear around a lot, but most of it is representing the effect of mental anxiety. So fear is the instrument that's strummed, but it's what usually triggers that instrument to go off is an apparent threat. The head is triggering it without an apparent threat. It's just imagining stuff, and then it evokes the emotion of fear. Yeah, but obviously it's totally inappropriate because there's no apparent threat. Yeah, yeah. So a lot of people are getting electrocuted, like you know when they're talking about these people with the LSD microdosing. Well, many of us have been microdosed with a little electrocution every day by the head. Just giant squirts of mental anxiety that trigger the whole body to, almost dump adrenaline. Yeah. And you're just online to, get a Coke at the movie theater. Something is strange, strange shit. So it is impossible to accept the holy instant without reservation unless just for an instant you are willing to see no past or future. Well, by seeing now, that's that's academic. You have to be distracted to see the past and future in the now. So all you need to do is see what's going on now, and you have broken the trance of past and future. Yeah. So it is impossible to accept the holy instant. We can speak about that another day. Without reservation, unless just for an instant you are willing to see no past or future. You cannot prepare for it without placing it in the future, obviously. Yeah. Hence the chapter I need do nothing. But that's a little clue where they're going to. Yeah. If you start to try to do this, you're disqualified, so to speak. So release is given you the instant you desire it. Wow. You cannot prepare for it without placing it in the future. So release is given you, given you. You do not gain it. You not acquire it. It's given. Given to me sounds freely. Yeah. Yeah. As all the other gifts in a sense, I feel. Many have spent okay, so here we go with the release is given you the instant you desire it. Many have spent a lifetime in preparation and have indeed achieved their instance of success. This course does not attempt to teach more than they learned in time, but it does aim at saving time. Yeah. So inevitably, because you are the dreaming of the dream, yeah, and the bottom line is also stated in the Course in Miracles that you and I are the dreaming of the dream, and we're gonna dream ourselves out of it. And as we do, the dream gets happier. So basically, satsang is an act of dreaming oneself out of the dreaming. That's what it is. Yeah. So it is impossible to accept the holy instant without reservation unless just for an instant you are willing to see no past or future. You cannot prepare for it without placing it in the future. We Release is given you the instant you desire it. Many have spent a lifetime in preparation and have indeed achieved their instance of success. This course does not attempt to teach more than they learned in time, but it does aim at saving time. You may be attempting to follow a very long road to the goal you have accepted. It is extremely difficult to reach atonement by fighting against sin. Enormous effort is expended in the attempt to make holy what is hated and despised. Just see you're not that which hates and despises. Yeah? It's the easiest, softer way. This is like let's make a deal, and you've been watching it for 8 years, and there's only been two doors, and then non-duality presents the third door. Yeah? Which is you're not that's fighting to make holy what is hated and despised. Yes? Nor is a lifetime of contemplation and long periods of meditation aimed at detachment from the body necessary. Woo! Some people's feathers got ruffled there, I'm telling you. A lot of investment in contemplation and meditation. I'm going to read that again. So it may take a little while to get through. Nor is a lifetime of contemplation and long periods of meditation aimed at detachment from the body necessary. All such attempts will ultimately succeed because of their purpose, yet the means are tedious and very time consuming. And also, your left and right cheek are going to be heavy duty, and your knees are probably going to go out. Yeah. And you're going to look very, very pale and very, very thin because you don't get out enough. The absence of vitamin D is obvious. So, so yet the means are tedious and very time consuming. For all of them look to the future. This is pretty good because this is an indictment of spiritual path in a way. Yeah, very nicely put, but an indictment. Yeah, so he says, yet the means are tedious and very time consuming. For all of them look to the future for release from a state of present unworthiness and inadequacy. Woo! Let's say that again. Mm. For all of them, look, all of them is a pretty comprehensive statement, right? So your newest radical move, like meditation mixed with hyperventilating and DMT-7, let's say, would still fall under the category of all. Yeah. For all of them look to the future for release from a state of present unworthiness and inadequacy. Your way will be different, not in purpose, but in means. A holy relationship is a means of saving time. We're in a satsang, which is what they represent as a holy relationship. Yeah. We're saving time. This hour of Zoom may send you a lot, may save a lot of hours. Yeah. Look at like what happened to Alan. All those hours of trying to get what he couldn't get have been returned to him to do something else with. Yeah. So your way will be different, not in purpose, but in means. A holy relationship is a means of saving time. One instant spent together with your brother sounds like what we're doing, eh? And sister. Yeah. One instant spent together with your brother, sister, and dogs here restores the universe to both of you, for all of us. Haven't you felt the power of, even in Zoom, there's a power in satsang. I mean, let's bypass live, obviously, But even in the Zoom, something comes through. Yes, incredible. One instant spent together with your brother restores the universe to both of you. You are prepared. Yeah. You are prepared like an innocent child. Yeah. You are prepared. Now you need but to remember you need do nothing. Wow. Now you need but to remember you need do nothing. It would be far more profitable now merely to concentrate on this than to consider what you should do. Wow. Hmm. That seems like to be a turning on the road many times during the day. And their suggestion here is uh, it would be far more profitable now merely to concentrate on this than to consider what you should do. When peace comes at last to those who wrestle with temptation and fight against the giving into sin, when the light comes at last into the mind given to contemplation, or when the goal is finally achieved by anyone, it always comes with just one happy realization: I need do nothing. Now, satsang is the greatest time saver of all because we start at I need do nothing. Yeah. And whatever needs to do, we're not that. Yes. It's beautiful. It's to me, the most efficient invitation because you're already at the dinner. Yeah. You don't have to take a car or an Uber or get dressed. You're already prepared to feast. Yes. Here is the ultimate release, which everyone will one day find in his own way, at his own time. You do not need this time. Time has been saved for you because you and your brother are together. You don't know how much time satsang has saved from us. Yes? The time that would it take to put on pants and shoes, satsang is saved. Oh, you don't need to tie your laces. You're not going anywhere. You don't need to zipper up your pants. No one sees it. Yeah, it's saving us a lot of time and trouble. Here is the ultimate release, which everyone will one day find in his own way at his own time. You do not need this time. Time has been saved for you because you and your brother are together. This is the special means this course is using to save you time. You are not making use of the course if you insist on using means which have served others well, neglecting what was made for you. So let's say you're made to hear satsang. Yeah, just it doesn't have to be this course. They're describing exactly what's happening here. And they are. What do you think? You think this is not the holy instant that they're describing? Of course it is. So here we go. Save time for me by only this one preparation and practice doing nothing else. I need do nothing. Ramana said, be still. Yeah. I need do nothing. They're the same in a way. I need do nothing is a statement of allegiance, a truly undivided loyalty, such as Nisargadatta had with his guru, his teacher. He just heard it. He said he had faith in where he heard it from and what was said, and there he went. Yeah, he went realizing he had never left. Yeah, I need do nothing is a statement of allegiance, a truly undivided loyalty. Believe it for just one instant, and you will accomplish more than is given to a century of contemplation or of struggle against temptation. Wow. I'm getting darker here, I can't see. To do anything involves the body. Yeah. To do anything involves the body.
I
And
okay, I believe you.
yeah, hold on. And if you recognize you need do nothing, you have withdrawn the body's value from your mind. Wow. Let me say that again. To do anything involves a body. And if you recognize you need do nothing, you have withdrawn the body's value from your mind. Here is the quick and open door through which you slip past centuries of effort and escape from time. Woo! Wouldn't you like to escape from centuries of effort and escape from time? Yeah. Well, you've left the non existent thing to itself, and there you go. This is the way in which sin loses all attraction right now, for here is time denied and past and future gone. Who needs do nothing has no need for time. To do nothing is to rest and make a place within you where the activity of the body ceases to demand attention. Wow. I'm going to repeat that again, yeah? So I would say this is the unsuspected resource we talk about in recovery. Yeah? So here is the quick and open door through which you slip past centuries of effort and escape from time. This is the way in which sin loses all attraction right now. For here is time denied and past and future gone. Who needs do nothing has no need for time. To do nothing is to rest and make a place within you where the activity of the body ceases to demand attention. Into this place the Holy Spirit comes and there abides. What? Yes. He will remain when you forget. So when you believe you went up the ass of self, something as you of you doesn't. Yeah. It's still holding. Yeah. Yeah. That's where the faith lies. The faith is not in that which you believe can take you self out of something and take and put yourself into something. The faith is in that abiding of the spirit, or that sense of be still. Yeah. Or the I am, if you want to call it. So yeah. To demand attention. Into this place, the Holy Spirit comes and there abides. He will remain when you forget, and the body's activities return to occupy your conscious mind. When the activities of the body are occupying your conscious mind, does not mean you are occupied. Yeah. Yes. You're already previously occupied by what they call the Holy Spirit. Yes. Or let's use the great Lebowski, the big Lebowski. The dude abides. So we'll picture the dude as the Holy Spirit. The dude abides. For from this, here, yet there will always be this place of rest to which you can return. Oh, isn't that lovely? And you will be more aware of this quiet center of the storm than all its raging activity. The interest and attention has been moved. Yes, yes. Off of the surface drama into the deep repose. Yes. Be it a little of a lot, that progression is unstoppable. Yeah. You're in the tiger's mouth. There's no going back. So you yet there will always be this place of rest to which you can return, and you will be more aware of this quiet center of the storm than all of its raging activity. That's the shift of interest and attention, or emphasis. Yeah. This quiet center in which you do nothing will remain with you, giving you rest in the midst of every busy doing on which you are sent, as the action figure. Yes. How are you sent? You're sent as the action figure because you're a means, not an end. Far from this center, you'll be for from this center will you be directed how to use the body. Yeah, it says sinlessly here, but just let's say have to use the body. Something will be using it for a larger purpose. Yes, this is the feeling of recovery. It is this center from which the body is absent that will keep it so in your awareness of it. Yeah. So now you are aware of the body, not a body being aware, but you are now aware of the body. The shift that was seemingly necessary to turn the tide has already occurred. Yes? Yes. It's pretty nice, eh? I like that. It's another way of tasting like the apple, so to speak. Yeah? I never looked at it this side. Take a nice bite. Well, it's pretty nice. And then you see the similarities of the invitation. I mean, the invitation of I need do nothing is on having upon having never left. Yeah. It's really the basic, it's the same, it's implying the same sense that which this inner center is always available at all times, right where you are, with no requirement necessary to meet it. Yes. And while you believe you've gone up the ass of self, this doesn't. This core of you. Yeah. And you're not that which believes it went up the ass of self. Does it believe it went up the ass of self? Yes. But you're not that which believes it went up the ass of self. Yes. So no need for a divine proctologist. Saves a lot of time and money and discomfort. Who wants a rubbery thing going up the anus? Yeah. So in this case, yeah, you can look at them and go, you need do nothing. That which went up the ass of self isn't me. And of course, it's got to roll out sooner or later because it cannot, it needs our light. Yes. For it to be appearing in the play, there's got to be an audience. And the audience is awareness. Awareness is it. And when the head is talking as if it's talking to something in you, it's talking to that audience, yes? It's trying to get the audience's consent to make the past the present and make the future the present, yes? It's only getting the consent from an awareness that doesn't have any side to it. So its consent isn't one, it's just given because awareness is just neutral. Yeah. The head takes an awareness on it as a verification that it's true. Yeah. But it isn't. Yeah. You were aware on your worst day as much as you were aware on your best day. The awareness isn't quantified by morals or anything. It's more of a field. Yeah. The head is taking the A-OK from its neutrality and running with this whole fucking story. Yes? Yeah. So, all right. Well, there you go. uh, I like this. It lets me run around a little. The Course of Miracles. Yeah. Yeah. I can get shot out of the stable, but go another way. That's good. I think it's healthy. Yeah. Because the thing is, when you're reading anything, because it's the light that's reading it, a lot of things light up. Yeah. Yes. Because you're not looking for the light in the book. You're like the light that's emphasizing what's in the book. Yeah. And these are things that when I was first floating around, some of these statements, and this one was one of them, was what an incredible disarming statement. Yeah, I need do nothing. And then being involved in spirituality, it sort of brought that into it with the contemplation and the meditation and trying to change hate into love and all this. And to see the uh, that may be for something else or someone else in this dream, but it may not be for you. You may not be wanting to have army boots and, march down the spiritual path. You may have just recognize like the spiritual activity stinks like all the other activity, really. Yeah, it seems to be used to reflect the you more than what you're doing. Yeah, it's used to reflect the doer of everything. And I thought spirituality in the beginning was exempt, but then I noticed it's claimed like everything else is by the head. Yeah. And then I saw spiritual addiction as quite similar, not in the means, like as addiction, as drug addiction. Yeah. Yeah. And I was brought to a conclusion, this ain't gonna work. But it was a bummer. Yeah. And I needed non-duality to make it a hallelujah, really, because it doesn't work because you are what you're looking for. That was the missing piece. Yeah. Yeah. So all the failures are seen as a success when you put that as the underlying theme, which is being ourselves reality. Makes all the failures of wanting to attain reality a success. Yeah. Because you already are that which your head has been looking for. Nothing else did it in this case. And that's obviously why we're on this topic. Yeah. This was the direct line from craziness, addiction, recovery, non-duality. Yeah. There wasn't that many, there wasn't like 30 highways that I was driven on. There was a few, and then it finally came to a halt in a parking space called non-duality, really. And it became the last answer for all the journeys that bro, it's upon having never left. Yeah. Yeah. No, I hadn't seen it in any other invitation. This one, every other invitation, when its failure arised, the head just had an answer of more. I just got to do more meditation, more contemplation, more service, more this, more that. It was like a parrot. That's the only thing it could do. Yeah. And this gave me the eyes to see that, as it said here, you're already prepared. We've already been defeated sufficiently to get the message. Yes. You don't need to have any more. It can stop right now. Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. Well, thank you today. And sorry I've taken up most of the time, but we have as much time as everyone wants because I need do nothing. All right. Anyone? Kathleen, are you running the ship here? You've been drinking the Kool-Aid. I don't know if you should be driving the Zen. We may need someone else. Someone sober from. Yeah.
What are you insinuating, Paul?
You're drinking the nectar of satsang.
I can do that and to also tell you that Ben and Robert both have their virtual hands raised.
Oh, good. That's one more
Okay.
thing that I can't do. I can't do both.
We'll see about. Let's hear from Ben.
Thank you, Kathleen.
Welcome.
You said awareness is neutral, and it made me think of the subconscious mind as being somewhat neutral. So I was curious, what is the subconscious mind, and where does it come into play, if at all, in this non-duality?
Well, again, in the way where we are at, the way this place is interpreted is a dualistic thing. So there's conscious mind and unconscious. Yes. So of course there's a dualisticness of it all. From the action figure to the point, I have no idea what it is. And from the other point, I don't have enough interest about it. Seriously, I don't. I mean, if you've realized you were looking in a void, but that void was finite and defined, the the interestingness of the void would be dismissed. Yes. So the subconscious is definitely going to be defined and finite. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Here. So no, I don't have any interest in it that much. What are you going to do with it? I have no idea what's going on. Yeah. I'm on a pay scale as an action figure, and I'm getting older. And I'll tell you, in life, there's a built-in spiritual path. It's getting older, really. You get old, and a lot of the fires that had you, jumping out of the pan and shit are all out. Yeah. You're just looking for you don't want the neighbors to have a party till 3 in the morning and have the dogs barking in the neighborhood. You have very, very small goals you're looking for. Yeah. I went to the clinic for the first time in 6 years today. They've been extorting me because they refuse to give me the blood pressure medication unless I make a visual showing. And I would keep telling them, I thought you'd be happy I don't go to the clinic. Yeah, at my age. I'm a success, so to speak. But then I had a feeling I should go. And they sent me the last text and say Y or N, yay or nay. And I usually have no N, but I went with the Y. And I went. And you know what? It was really cool. They cleaned my ears out. The surface ear, which is, and tons of wax. So I got a free wax, removal. I had no idea I was going to get that. So of course they're going to charge me probably unbelievably, but it was just felt for years it hasn't felt right. This time it felt right. So I showed up, did it, had some laughs with the people, and yeah, escaped. Yeah. So, that's how it goes, doesn't it? After a while, and you don't go into really a deep back and forth. You just follow the gut, and usually you'll know the tree by its fruits. You'll see, yeah, things work without much thought. Yeah. Didn't want to go, didn't want to go, didn't want to go 5 years or so, and then this time I said yes, I'm going to go. Yeah. Yeah. They wanted to get a picture of me because they completely forgot what I looked like. So they wanted to get a picture of me so they can but yeah, so things like this are big deals in this retired life, so to speak. Yeah. And I know for sure the person next to me doesn't want to hear about going to any clinic. I don't want to hear about them going shopping. But, holding the space for the holy instant, yeah, you listen to a lot of stuff that you may not seem to have any interest in. The listening doesn't mean the topic you're listening to. The listening is beautifully freely given. We're listening all day, don't you see? We're hearing all day, we're seeing all day. Our own demonstration as the means, yeah, we're always seeing, always hearing, always feeling. I mean, you can't be more of service than that. Yes, more, just always there. So I know a friend of mine, she wasn't heard by someone for many, many years. So when we're in a close proximity, she would go, are you listening? I'm saying, of course I'm listening. I'm awake. There's listening. I mean, yeah, I'm not deterring it because I don't want to listen, which probably was what had happened for years with her, someone else. Yeah. But of course they go, are you listening? Yes, you caught me. I'm always listening. It's what I'm listening to can be different, but the listening is always there. Yes. Hearing, feeling, tasting. The tasting isn't like cut off from thousands of things. It's tastes, anything. And then it comes up with something comes up with an opinion about what it tasted. But the tasting doesn't recoil. It's yes. If you put your hand in a hot flame, you're going to feel it, just like if you put it in like a soothing, hand cream vat. Yes. This, yes. The head is what has all the, yeah. In the past and the future, there are a lot of closed doors. Yes. A lot of closed doors. A lot of shit can happen. Yeah. From what's not happening. A lot. You can be under incredible amount of duress and there's no apparent threat. That's all produced by faith. Yeah. Faith. Faith. Yeah. Look at the sense gates. You're always giving, hearing, feeling, tasting, touching. Yes. Very rude. There's very little guardrails or requirements. Yes. Something doesn't have to be a certain height and a certain color for me to see. I see fucking everything that I can in this spectrum of as being a human. And animals see other spectrums. Yeah. So there's a constant giving. Yeah. You're always awake. It's what you're awake to. Yeah. And if you're awake to the head, you can seem to be unawake. Really. Yeah. When people are self-conscious, they're almost unconscious. Yeah. They're, yes. They're so self-conscious, they're sort of unconscious to what's going on around. This is a dualistic expression. This is how things are seen here. Yeah. Not by the seeing, but by the head. The head is a binary system. Yes. There's this and there's that. Yeah. And this and that, in most cases, are two sides of the same coin. So you can't live in a currency of heads alone. There's always a tail. Yeah. Yeah. So the difference between panoramic and myopic is not based on the seeing, it's what you're seeing. Yes. Or how you're seeing. If you're seeing through a tunnel, then panoramic is going to look myopic. Yes. Yeah. Your judgments of things aren't going to be the things, it's going to be how you're seeing the things. Yeah. And some of the ways we see, let's say, have a very thick yellow tint. So everything you see gets splashed with a yellow, let's say. Yes. Yeah. Just like, remember when you were younger, somebody would talk to you about someone else. Yes. You never met the person, but then the time you first meet them, you see them through the other person's eyes. Yeah. Yeah. It was almost as if I met someone I didn't know, but someone told me, oh, that person's this or that. Believing it or not, there was a hearing of it. When I see that person for the first time in their Zoom square, there's a little square of the way the other person saw it. Yeah. So it's taking up space. So this is why when I was young, I had a real thing in the action figure world about gossip. Gossip, because I was gossiped a lot about when I was in AA in the beginning. Yeah. And I would go through this period of time where I would go to meetings and I didn't know anyone at the meetings, but they all thought they seemed to know me. Yes, it was very strange. And then in about 2 years later, I was at this event in Sacramento, and a lady that I knew from San Francisco came up to me and asked me to go outside. She wanted to talk to me. So I said, sure. And then she took me outside, and she had gotten upset with me when I was young in AA, and she just bad rapped me to every fucking person she could see in AA. Finally made the amends to me after like a couple of years, and it explained everything. I was wondering how did all these people I've never met know me? Yeah, but they knew a me. Yeah, a me that was seen through her lens. Yes. Yes. It doesn't matter if you vow, I'm gonna see everyone fresh and new. No, if you hear something about someone, when you see that someone, it's gonna be there probably. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So in the weirdest book, there's a book called the Ramayana. It's a very, it's almost like an action book in India about Lord Rama, who's, in one sense, everyone knows he's the god of all gods, but he's acting like, he isn't. And he has this huge adventure. His wife gets stolen by this other character. And they have talks in this book, discourses, and they're usually between two animals. Yeah. And so this one that really caught my attention was between, I think, a monkey and a bird. And so the monkey asked the bird, like, what are the two mortal sins? What are the two mortal sins? And the bird said, gossip and hope. Yeah. I said, wow, gossip and hope. Never forgot it. I read this when I was 17. Never forgot it. It made a big impact on me. It said gossip and hope. Wow. And so you can see in AA, hope is very valuable at a certain time and space, but then hope can be used by the head not to see what's actually happening now. So it can be a big blinding thing. Yeah. And then gossip was obvious because you're really robbing a person's privilege to meet someone. Yeah. Yes. You're jumping in a sense, ruining that in a way. Yeah. And it's just, yeah. So it was funny in AA, because of all that stuff, I didn't have any interest. So when I would be at a meeting and people were talking about, oh, did you hear that Jim and Mary got divorced? I didn't care if they were married. Yeah. So I had no fucking interest in the stories, and it would end. They wouldn't even come over to me to talk to me about anything because it would end right there. I didn't give a shit what they were telling me, unless it was a warning about a newcomer or something like that had value. Yeah. Because I don't know why I'm saying this, but this is the bondage of self is you have an ability to reach 12 feet and you can only reach 6 feet. Yeah. It may not be a strangulation, but it's like having hands around your neck. Yes. And then every once in a while, it reminds you it can strangle you. This is, yeah. And the Course is just basically saying, occupied by this body idea, there's not one moment you're never not the body in those ideas. Yes. And I'm humbly saying, you're the seeing of that. You're not the doing of that condition. You're the awareness of that condition. Yeah. There's nothing you need to do unless there's something you need to do. Mostly you never get asked to do shit. Yeah. You see what you used to look from. You see it. You're aware of what you used to look from. So there was no acknowledgement of the awareness until it was seen as you being aware. Yeah. Yes. So the claiming of the awareness changed the awareness in this event. Seemingly, it appeared to be different. It appeared to be an attribute that I had. Yes, the body is awake or aware. No, it isn't. It's a non-existent thing. Yeah, there never was a body, as it says. So, all right, thank you. Anyone else? We got Robert.
Yes,
Robert.
yeah, Robert.
Hey, Paul, thanks a lot. I just, I couldn't help myself. When you drove me into the parking lot called Non-duality, like picture it, I know exactly where it is. So I'm in this parking lot and I hear this guy and he's talking a language I understand. And just keep talking, man. Just keep talking because it makes me feel really good. I kind of feel like I'm getting it, but whatever it is, I'll probably never know.
That's right. That's right. Well, the only way the head can describe being it is getting it. It can't describe it as being it because it's already described something else as that. Yeah. So the only way it can describe being it is getting it. Yes. Yeah. It's impossible. Yeah. So this is a loss of interest in changing, just like it said, you're not going to be in the battle of changing hate to love and this and that. You just lose interest. Yeah. Yeah. It's very disarming. I've been entertaining this for a while, or it's been entertaining this for a while, I'd say. And it's always been disarming in this case. Always disarming. When I get riled up to do something, it just fucking neuters it immediately. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Hey, anyone else? Thank you, Robert. Yeah.
I don't
Very
see any
nice.
other hands, Paul.
Hmm?
Thank you. I wanted to thank you. That was great going through that. That reading was awesome. I also wanted to let you know that the next 2 Wednesdays, Shannon is going to take care of opening the room because I'm going to go to Ireland for 2 weeks.
You're going to Ireland.
I am.
Wow, it sounds like Shannon should be the one going to Ireland.
I know, but I'm Kathleen.
I know. But for my joke, I had to use Shannon Corkery.
The Corkery.
Shannon Corkery is like, should be going to Ireland.
Corkery. Well, come on, Shannon, come with me. It's my
If
nephew.
you heard that name, don't you think like she's at Aer Lingus gate or something going to Ireland? Yeah. That's great. You're going to Ireland. Where? Dublin, obviously.
I'm going to go to Dublin. We're flying into Dublin. My nephew's going to get married somewhere around the Cliffs of Moher on the 11th.
Wow.
And I'm going to take a ferry over to Scotland with my brother and his wife.
Bring some clothing, bro.
Clothing home.
Clothing, no, there.
Take some there.
It changes every 20 minutes.
Oh, well, I'm planning on taking some clothing.
Yeah, but I mean, be prepared.
Thank you.
Time you put the sunscreen, the clouds are there.
I'll be ready.
It changes very quickly.
I'll be ready for anything.
That would be great, honey. There's there used to be a good coffee place in Dublin, in the area where they have the people that play music and stuff. It's like a little area, special area. You'll find a good place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, great. That's great.
So I'll pop in around and see you guys as much as I can, but I might be too off schedule.
Yeah. You know, it's not a big island, you know. Yeah. Takes like 2 hours to drive to the coast from Dublin, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah. Their journeys are like little driving the Trader Joe's to us. Yeah. Their journeys are they don't have thousands of miles of roads.
No, they just have a little narrow.
It's a small island. It's not a big place. My family's from there. It's down in County Cork. Yeah. My family was ferrymen. Yeah. And you know what? God gave them a promise. You know what that promise was? They weren't gonna die by drowning. That was it.
One promise.
Well, that's great, honey. Let us know how it goes, man.
I will. Thank you. I will.
And
Thank you,
everyone,
Shan.
let me say goodbye to everybody here. We've got Stephen Mack on Having Never Left. Judy Love, there she is. Nice to see you, Judy. Ben, Kansas, soaking it up. Diona, Buzan. Yeah, yeah. Dana, she's given up honesty. She's just Dana now. That's good. We got Robert Crossman. We got wow, a whole long name. Moira Kavanaugh, I think.
That's my wife.
Oh, that's your wife?
Former wife.
Oh, you're a former wife. Well, nice to see you, Moira. Or I can't see you clearly. Yeah, nice to see you. David, our man down under. Anu, yes, there you are, honey. Nice to see you. Roxanne. James Olson. Alan Olson. Wow. Shannon Corkery. Did you get a nice haircut, Shannon?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, very nice. Looks good on you. Yeah. Just don't bogart the guacamole. That's all. Just get that. Ask the higher power to remove that defective character, especially if you go to dinner with me. All right. Anyone else? That's it. Hey, thank you so much. Pleasure as always. I feel it captured the idea of the holy instance. Sort of sounds like satsang to me. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. See you.
Thank you, Paul.
We'll be here tomorrow for AA, a recovery, and then the schedule keeps going. We're all not going anywhere, I don't think. See ya. Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
Paul.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kathleen.
Thanks, Kathleen.
See you, Paul. See you guys.